It wasn't pretty, but sometimes you've got to close your eyes and get the job done. Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland TV. And I think that's exactly what Karan Cole done today when he got his opening in the second half. When he was through on goal, I think he had his eyes closed, because how he did not put that in the back of the net and win the game for Hearts, I will never know. However, we're not going to jump straight in to the second half. Let's talk about the first half, first of all. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. Probably just a nothing first half. The whole game was pretty bad, in fairness. I mean, it was a bad performance for both sides. Not a lot created. I don't want to, I'm not going to use the pitch as an excuse. I'm not, but the pitch is terrible. This pitch is shocking, and you feel like, just due to the fact that Livingston do play on it half the games every season, then they're going to be more accustomed to this pitch than other teams, and you feel like it does contribute to a little bit of Livy's success. Now, I'm not saying that's the only reason they do well. I'm not saying that. However, I mean, them playing on this pitch every single home game, it must be getting them more points than it would if they had a decent pitch, because this pitch is fucking abysmal. And you would wonder why the SPFL have not made requirements that if you're in the top flight, then you need to get a proper pitch. I understand maybe give newly promoted teams, give them a season or two to make the adjustment, but I mean, Livingston now have had this plastic pitch, and we see more teams going down this plastic pitch route. Kilmarnock have got it, and I'm pretty sure there's a few teams in the Championship with it as well, and it's it makes the game look, it does make the game look poor. I mean, I think I get it, it's cheaper to have a plastic pitch, totally, but if you're in the top flight of Scottish football, then, I mean, maybe if you're a yo-yo club and you're going to go straight back down, then fair enough, but I mean, if you're a regular top flight club, then I think you need a real pitch, man, so I would like to see something done about it, but that's no excuse for today. We just were not good enough. Plastic pitch, could have played on grass, could have played on ash, could have played on snow. Wouldn't have mattered today. Simply, we're not good enough. First half, like I said, really, really poor performance for both sides. Created pretty much the square root of hee-haw. Created nothing. Second half, though, we made first half, Devlin actually went off with a bang, and I'm hoping that he's okay. I think it was just a precaution, but still, not nice to see Cammy Devlin go off like that, but I'm hoping that he'll be alright and fine for the Rangers game. Then we get into the second half, and Krang goal, man, great chance for him. So I think it was Grant, plays the ball up to Humphreys. Humphreys, really good first touch. He's got good strength, he's got two Livy players around him, but he keeps his balance and he slots through. Krang goal, who's just running through on goal. He picks up the ball, takes it in his stride, looks great. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, George, and you're thinking he honestly cannot miss this, but he hits it straight at him. Literally hits it straight at the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper can't hold on to it, and the goalkeeper parries it straight back to Cole, and he gets a second attempt, and he can't score that either. So you're thinking, what the hell? I mean, first one, he should have put either side of the goalkeeper. He should be burying that every day of the week. He didn't. He got a second bite at the cherry, and he basically spat it out. He didn't want it, so it's what the hell was this, man? Now, he was good when he came on, especially for the first 15 minutes. After that, he kind of died off, but he was getting himself involved. He was throwing himself into situations. He was causing the Livy defence a lot of problems, just making it a nuisance of himself. So yeah, I did enjoy that, but I felt like the longer the second half went on, he just became a little bit ineffective. Clark came out, got chipped. Kai Rolls had to make a clearance off the line, and not a lot else, man. There was a decent strike for Humphreys from distance, about 25 yards out. George made another good save, pushed it out for a corner. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, there wasn't many more, good chances, or even any sort of chances. Now, George Grant picked up a yellow for simulation again. I don't like this. I think this guy, I genuinely believe this guy is the reason we didn't qualify for the Europa League. We were looking good against Zurich in that playoff game until he dived, and he tried to win us a penalty, and if you remember, he dived when he was on a yellow card. He got sent off, and that just changed the game. Now, he didn't get sent off today, but again, it's blatant cheating. It's a dive. It's 100% a dive, and I don't want players that cheat. I don't like players that go down easily. So I would be happy if he didn't play again for the club. There's just no room for cheats and divers in football, and he's obviously one of them now, because that's twice this season where, I mean, at least twice where he's been booked for it. How many times has he done it and not been booked for it? How many times has he dived and maybe no one's noticed it, you know? So this guy obviously is just thrown himself to the ground. He's done it twice now. Today it didn't really matter much, but he done it in that Europa League playoff game, and that did cost us the tie. So, yeah, I mean, I personally are not a fan, and I wouldn't really want him to play a game, but we'll see. That's up to Robbie Nielsen. If he wants to discipline him, or if he wants to have a word with him, then he will, or if he wants to just, you know, ignore it, then I suppose he'll do that too. And yeah, that was it. I mean, 0-0. Look, this was a poor game. Now, defensively, I guess we're okay. Kept a clean sheet. That's a positive. I believe we're now 12 games unbeaten, so I'll take that. I mean, you've got to look at the positives heading into this Rangers game. We haven't lost in a while. In fact, the last time we did lose was against Rangers at Ibrox. And yeah, I mean, we did lose to Livy as well earlier in the season. The first tie at the Tony Macaroni. So this is a difficult place to go. So, you know, to get a point, keep a clean sheet, you know, it's a decent result. And Livy are probably the only team that could realistically catch us for third place. So also to deny them the opportunity to gain points on us today. I mean, it's a good day. Look, I'm not going to brag about getting a point against Livingston, but at the end of the day, I think a draw, a clean sheet at the Tony Macaroni against the only team that can realistically, you know, catch us for third, I would say it's decent. You know, I'm not delighted with it, but it's not the worst result in the world. And we'll just move on, you know. There's not a lot else to say, guys. The game was fucking horrendous. So, yeah, not a lot else to say. We move on, and we move on to Wednesday night where we take on Rangers, and hopefully we get a much better performance. Rangers aren't really playing well at the moment. They're getting results, but they're not playing well. So I think there is a chance if we do turn up on Wednesday, I think we could get a result, but we will definitely need to be better than this. And, you know, there was some players rested today. Barry Mackay was rested, so we'll see what he does against Rangers. Yeah, no, I mean, lots of the options. It's going to be, I don't know who I'd pick, to be honest. I need to think about it more, but I mean, we do, you can make a case for quite a lot of players ahead of this Rangers game, so it'll be interesting to see who Robbie Nielsen picks, what his starting 11 is, and yeah, looking forward to it. Snodgrass didn't play today either, so looks like Snodgrass and Mackay, hopefully fully 100% fit for the Rangers game, and yeah, looking forward to it. But for this one, just going to forget it happened, guys. 0-0, we stay third place in the league, we don't lose any ground, you know. So it's about as good as it gets. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.